Okay, Jai Hind to all of you. I am ABHINAV Singh, Assistant Professor, Civil Engineering Department, Science College, Subharti University. So today we will discuss about our new topic, river training work. What is river training work? यानी कि रिवर के ऊपर किया जाने वाला काम क्या चीज़ होती है, उसके बारे में आज हम जानेंगे. So let's start. River training work. River training work connect the process of constructing different structures along the river for the purpose of guiding and confining the river flow between the river channel. Means क्या है, फ्लो हमारा जा रहा है उसको हम कितना रिफाइनली फ्लो आउट कर रहे हैं, कितना कंस्ट्रक्ट कर रहे हैं, उसको कितना गाइड एक पाथवे दे रहे हैं इस चीज़ के लिए, उसके पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट तक डिस्चार्ज होने के लिए. So the other objective of river training work are to avoid controlling and regulating the river beds. Means in this we have to control also the flow and regulating the river beds. Now next one, function of river training work. There are so many functions of river training work, but here we will discuss about the major most important functioning of the river training work. It includes the guide bank, marginal banks, spurs, river training work, etc. The main functioning we will discuss about this these terminology, guide bank, marginal banks in our next other process slide. So what is the main function of river training work? It means providing the non-treacherous appearance of the weir. Next one is the outflanking of the weir river. Means the river bank could not be outflanked, so we have to control or we have to restrict a path for the particular flow in a particular direction. And next one is the preventing submergence of additional area due to efflux. Okay, so we have to prevent our area due to the efflux formation. Now, there is the erosion of the bank. It is also very helpful for the reducing of erosion of the bank side of any river. So next one is the ensuring the smooth and axial flow between river water so as to prevent the river from changing its course. Course means shape, size. So if the path is directed by this river training work, then river can flow easily in that particular path. It should not be flat, it should not be change their course or change their particular direction. So these are the basic functions of river training work which are very useful or which are very important for the design of any type of river training work on the river. Now, types of river training work. These are the types of river training work. In the last slide we have discussed about the function of river training work. Now in this slide, in this way, we will discuss about the types of river training work. So river training work are divided into three categories. First one is the high river training work. So let's start with the first one, high training work. What is high river training work? It is used for training the river water for discharge. Means that it is useful for the training of river discharge. It will very helpful to control or to regulate the discharge. Okay. The main goal of high river training work is to dispose of the flood water accumulated due to flooding and thus providing the protection against the catastrophe. Means क्या है, जो भी flood आ रहा है हमारा, the flood water that accumulated at the time of flood, we have to easily dispose of particular that amount of water in the other side by providing protection against the catastrophe. Means due to this, it will create a huge distortion, and if we will guide by the river training work to dispose of this water, and it will very helpful to pass on this water to the other side. It mainly relates the elevation of marginal embankment for sustaining and flood disposal. Means it is mostly used for dispose of flood water easily to the another side. It is used also for taking accurate measurement for improvement and channel improvement. It is also very helpful for making an improvement in the channel section or channel design. Okay. So in the high training work, we will mostly importantly focus on flood water disposal and improve the channel conditions. Okay. Now next one is the low water training work. We will discuss about the first one, the high water training work. Now we will discuss about the low water training work. Low water training work क्या होता है? It is used for training the river water for a depth. Means in the last one we will discuss about the flood condition. In this we will discuss about the water for particular. The main objective of low water training work is to provide sufficient water depth. Here we will discuss about the depth of water suitably for inland provided navigation and especially during the water season in the summer. Means it is focused in this we will focus about the depth of water it is usually used for navigation purpose and especially for the season in the summer. That water amount of water for the navigation purpose is available in that particular channel or not. So it is very helpful for that purpose. It achieves through the contraction of channel width and low water used by the groins. So in this we will also use a groins for the fulfill particular that purpose of requirement. Now next one is the mean water training. Firstly we will discuss about the high water training work. Next we have discussed about the low water training work. Now in this we are discussing about the mean water training work. What is mean water training work? It is also done for training of sediments. Here we are discussing about the sediment. In the first one we will discuss about the flood water. Second one is the for depth of water, and here we are discussing about the training of sediment. Means the sediment which are flowing with the flow of water. That how we can regulate it, how we can control it, and how we can easily safely dispose it. Means the water training is done to ensure a smooth dispose of the bed load and maintaining the suspended sediments. Means the load are in the two conditions. Some of the heavy weighted load they are settled on the bed, and some of the load material they are in suspension load as well as in the channel size. Mean water training is the most important type of river training work. It is also the most important type of river training work. In such river training work, the water should maintain to alert cross-section alignment so that appropriate for young river phases. Means they have to maintain their particular path, a particular cross-section and alignment for easily and safe disposal of water along with the sediments. The nurturing stage of old stage river, which maximizes sediment movement, occurs taken into the consideration. If the river is of old duration, then we have to particularly provide a maintenance for this easily safe disposal of the sediments. Although the maximum sediment speed is to attain in young stage, this is the last stage for short span of the time. Means it is very useful for the maximum sediment speed. It is also regulator speed or also safely dispose of sediments to the other side. So now these are the we have discussed our types. Now we are discussing about river training works. River training works. So what is river training works? River training works are divided into particular types. First of all, embankments, guide banks, bells, spurs, groins. Next one is the impermeable groins. Next one is the permeable groins. Next one is the bed pitches or bank preventment and degradation of the river. So these are the 7 types of river training work. It means we have also can say that methods of river training work. It is also known by the name of methods. Means we all are methods that we have used for the river training work design. So one by one we will discuss in the next one. Now, started with the first one, embankment. What is embankment? A flood may prevent from submergence in the country construction and embankment. They are generally constructed up to a height of 12 meter. Normally the height is adopted for the construction of embankment is 12 meter. They are designed to construct the same way of the earth dam. Embankments are generally constructed parallel to the river channel. They are normally constructed parallel to the river channel. If a river is flowing in the parallel direction, we have also constructed a embankment. Depending upon the position of the embankment, they are divided into 2 categories. Number 1 is the marginal embankment and number 1 is the tried embankment. So marginal embankment क्या होते हैं? Marginal embankment are constructed to close to the bank as possible as to restrict the flow water from submergence in the area behind them. Means they are very useful to construct near the bank to restrict the bed flood water submergence. Means they are helpful for reduce the submergence of flood water near the banks of the river. So they are very helpful. They are very useful for the design of river training work method. Now second one is the guide banks or another name is the bell bunds. So what is guide banks? Guide banks are those ones which are to guide the path of flow for the flowing of river water in a particular type of direction. So river is floodplains, submerges very large area. If the flood is passing through particular area, then it will submerge the whole large area, cover a large area during the flood period. In the flood period, the amount of water is a very huge quantity, and at this time the full area had been submerged. Naturally, for some structure, it is to be constructed across the such type of river, for example, bridges or pier. Normally, for the bridge, normally for a big span or big area, just like that example for a bridge or a big pier, they have to be very useful. It is very expensive constructed work spanning the whole width. So in that case, for a bridge or for a pier, it is very difficult to construct a particular huge construction in that particular area. So for the economic consideration or for that purpose, some river training work may be constructed to confine the flow of water within the reasonable way. Means क्या हुआ कि हम जरूरी नहीं है पूरी रिवर के ऊपर एक बहुत बड़ा स्पैन बनाए, ब्रिज के ऊपर इतना बड़ा स्पैन है. If we have used the river training work to construct at that particular point for the economic point of view and for fulfill our requirement, for fulfill our pathway, so it will be very economical if we construct a particular region, and it will also very helpful to construct in a bridge or pier form. Okay. Now the guidelines mean the guiding across confining the flow between reasonable water levels at the side of the structure. If we will discuss about the 4 parts, so these guidelines are divided into 4 parts. The first one is the upstream curved head. Now second is the downstream curved head. Third one is the shanks, and fourth one is the slope bed protection approach. So started with the first one. Guidelines mainly serve 2 purposes. So we have discussed about the 4 parts. अब guideline के purpose की बात की जा रही है. What are the 2 purposes of guideline? क्या होते हैं? First one is that they protect approach embankment of for bridge from attack of the water. Means the water is directly attacking on a particular structure. If we will construct this type of embankment, they are very helpful to reduce the attack of the water directly on the bridge pier or directly on the structure. So this is the first one. Now second one is that they control the river and induce the flow to the bridge and more or less. Means that they have to also reduce or they have to also control the flow of water particular type of bridge, particular type of structure. They have to control also that. So this is the figure. If we see that this is the bridge section, and if we will provide a marginal guideline in this area, then we can see that here is the upstream side. The water is flowing in this direction. So on the upstream side, the angle of particular guideline is 120 to 145 degree, and at the downstream side, the angle is 45 to 90 degree. We can say that upstream side, the flow is very high. So we have to provide a space for passing flow downstream side. That's why we have to select a particular type of angle for this purposes. And at the downstream side, if the flow is particularly restricted, if the flow started from this side, then we can say that we have to require a bigger space for easily pass of flow. If the flow is constructed in particular type of region, then it can easily follow that part, and after we can say that it will go in a particular direction at a particular space. Okay. Now the radius of the curvature for upstream curvature head should be not cause instant eddies, and due to this the eddies formation will also be less in a particular type of region. So next one. This is a cross-sectional diagram of a marginal guideline. That we can see that here is a bridge pier, and these are the guidelines which are provided. This is a cross-section of AA. Means we have to cut that section, and we have to provide the detail of that section AA here. What are the material? What are the things are used? What are the highest flood level हमारा कितना है इसके अंदर? Real earth level and the river bed, and the rest of the things are we can see in that figure. Now, third one is the spurs or going. What are the spurs? What are the groins? They are the structure constructed to transfer the river flow. They are used for transfer the flow of water. Means they are using for the transferring of water in a particular direction, a particular area. The groins serve the following purpose. What are the purposes behind this? That we have to construct a groin in a particular river training bed. So first one is that they protect river bank by keeping flow away from it. Means the flow will not go in outside or in any other way. So this is very helpful for the purpose of that is. Now next one is that they create a still pond along the particular banks with the aim of silting up to an area of vicinity. So they can create a particular bank. Means they are very helpful for constructing a particular type of bank in that region. Now next one is the they train river flow along the desired course by attracting, deflecting and repelling flow. Means they can attract the flow, they can deflect the flow, they can repel the flow. Means they fulfill the purpose of particular type of flow condition. They contact the width river. And another main thing is that contract the width river channel to improve the navigation depth. If we will provide a particular huge depth, then it will be create a problem. If we will contract the particular type of river width, then it will be very helpful for the navigation depth also. So classification of buoys. Now we will go for the classification of buoys. So first one, classification according to the method of construction. The local permeable buoy, and next one is the impermeable buoy. So there are two types of buoys according to the method of construction. Now we will discuss. Now next one is the classification of buoys according to the height of the spurs. We were in the first one, we were at the construction method. Now height of the spurs below the high water. So they are two types. The first one is the submersible side, and second one is the non-submersible side. Now third one is the classification according to the function side. Means what are the function, what are the purposes for that they have been constructed in that particular type of region. So they are the four types. First one is the attracting type, second one is the deflecting type, third one is the repelling type, and fourth one is the sediment type. So they are here are the four types of classification that served by the particular type of spurs and buoys. So next one is the third one. Now next one is special type. This is coming in this particular type of example. For example, if designed is a T-head shaped buoy. This is another. We will see that figure in the next slide. T-head shaped figure or hockey spurs type figure. They are also special type of figure, etc. When a river is to be confined to a definite channel, impermeable type of buoy is most suitable for excessively silt condition and permeable buoy condition for a suitable area. The buoys may be used singly in a series of combination with other drilling work and depending upon the problem in that work. So now next one is the fourth one, impermeable buoy. So we have discussed all the permeable. Now these are the impermeable buoys. Impermeable buoys are aligned either perpendicular to the bank. So condition of this is perpendicular to the bank or inclined. They are settled out. They have been constructed in the perpendicular direction of that particular region or in the inclined direction of a particular region. Point on upstream or point on downstream in both the direction. When the buoys point on upstream, then it is called repelling buoys. We have discussed about the repelling buoy name, and we have to clear that when a buoy is constructed in upstream, means the buoy is constructed in upstream direction, then that is known as repelling buoy. The reason for being this type of property of repelling buoy is the flow away from the banks. It will help you to break down the flow in the other direction. The combination of creation of silting point condition and obviously this part flowing beyond the still bond and process of flow goes away from their region. Now another way, if the buoy is constructed in the downstream, it is called attracting buoy. So what is the major difference? We have seen that if they are constructed in the upstream side, that is known as repelling, as we can say a repelling figure, and if it is constructed in the downstream side, means we can see that the flow is going in this direction. So means what is the thing? They are constructed in the downstream side to divert the flow. This is the bank of the river, and the angle is in between 45 to 60 degree for the attracting buoy. And for this condition, we can say that the angle is 60 to 80 degree. Here we can say that if it is constructed in upstream side, then we can say that they have a steel pocket. यहाँ पे silting pocket हमारी बनेगी लेके इसमें. So we can say that what is the difference in between repelling buoy and what is the difference in between attracting buoy. Now in this case, this is the deflecting buoy. अब deflecting buoy क्या होती है इसके बारे में हम जानते हैं. In this case, buoy actually provided as a body against which the river current keeps in hanging. The river flow between remains them along the bank permanently, and when the buoy is short length, it is taken perpendicular to the bank. Only it deflects to the locally condition. We can say that there is no particular angle or direction in in this it has been tilted out, it is particular, and the flow is going away from this condition. And this is the river way. This is the figure of deflecting going. Now these are the special type of goings, as we have discussed in the last slide. This one is the hockey shape. As we can say that the shape of this particular going is just like that, a hockey curvilinear shape. It is also turned into another direction or turned into another direction. Now the T-shaped hockey, as we can say that the head of this particular type of going is a T-shape. That's why we have to call this T-shaped hockey going or a hockey shaped going. Okay. Now next one, from this it is clear that the deflection, deflecting, riffling or attracting, a T-headed and hockey shaped type of all they are come अंडर द इम्परमेबल टाइप ऑफ ग्रोइंग. ये जितनी भी आप देख रहे हैं ये सारी सारी इसके अंदर आती है, इम्परमेबल टाइप ऑफ ग्रोइंग के अंदर आती हैं. द सेक्शन ऑफ ग्रोइंग इज जस्ट लाइक द गाइड बर्ड्स एंड बैकवर्ड शो इन द फिगर. So we can say that easily these are particular special type of growth and they are come under the category of impermeable growing. This is the cross section of particular type of growings and cross section of sand. वाइब्रेट कंडीशन दिखाया है यहाँ पे. इसके बाद में हमारा जो मेन फिगर ड्रॉ किया गया है वो पर्टिकुलर टाइप ऑफ ग्रोइंग, उसका पर्टिकुलर डायमेंशन साइजिंग जिसको हम पर्टिकुलर रेफरेंस के थ्रू अपना अडॉप्ट करके यहाँ पे पिक्चर की फॉर्म में शो करने की कोशिश की है. नाउ next one is the permeable growing. Okay, so permeable growing होती है. Common type of permeable growings are tree growings or pile growings. Means there are two types of growings. Permeable growings के अंदर क्या होती है हमारी tree growings और हमारी आती है pile growings. They are temporary in nature. They are temporary मतलब ये permanent नहीं होती, पर temporary in nature and get watershed away during the flood and they can away and during the rainy season, during the flooding season. Therefore, they are constructed every time before the flood. Means we have to construct it again and again at the time before the come of the flood. They are not permanent structure. That's why we have to say that we have already declared they are temporary in nature. Last one, in the last slide we have discussed about the permanent type of. They are permeable means porous. So they are constructed at a particular duration of time when the flood is coming. Tree growings are constructed in a thick weir pier, particular size of diameter this is mentioned here. And the another one thing is that it may be support at the intermediate point of tripods. Okay. The permeable growings are lower in the velocity of flow as a result sediment occurs. So that's why the sedimentation process may have taken place at this time of growings. Hence, permeable growings may also segmenting type of according to the functioning of they have been served. The cost of construction in this type is about 40% of the impermeable type of same length. Means the variation in the construction of cost is about 40% as compared to the impermeable growings. The construction is very easy and rapid. They can easily construct it or rapidly construct it in a fast manner. We don't have required so much time, then we have to construct for a particular time duration to fulfill our work or to complete our work. We have to select permeable growings. Now the factor influencing the choice of the growings. What are the factors by which we have to select or we have to say that they have to affect the design of growings. Now first one is the fall and velocity of flow of the river. Next one is the character of bed load carried by the river. Now next one is the depth of water level. How much depth of water is available or how much depth of water is required for that they are constructing. Maximum flood level, highest HF, highest flood level. Highest flood level का होता है. And the nature of flood hydrograph. And it is also important. The flood is which type by the hydrograph we can also identify it. Width of waterway and high water and low water and mean water means the width of the waterway is which type. As we have already discussed, high water training, low and mean water training. Availability of funds and construction. These are the most important thing because funds are most important thing for the construction activity, for the construction of any type of structure, and also the time duration, which one is also a most important factor. Now we have discussed our 5 points. Now 6th one is the bad pitching or bad prevention. Bad pitching means that we have to sometimes protect our banks against the action of water, and protection provided by laying costly packed stone or other boulders even constructed by the blocks. Means we have to protect our banks, we have to protect our sides of the river to outflaking and degradation and erosion of the bed. So this permanent riverine pitching constructed generally tendency to water notch away from the material of the bed and the banks. Means pitching of the means we have to cover it by the stones or by any type of material so that it cannot outlet, it cannot be eroded, or the banks are in protection condition. Now next one is the degrading of river. Now degrading of river क्या होता है, इसके बारे में जानते हैं. Degrading of river to improve navigability of water, river channel and river section may need to be excavated. This excavation is carried out to increase the depth of flow when there is flow in the river. The process of underwater excavation is termed as degrading. Means how much excavation is required, how much is work is going. The process of underwater excavation term is known as degrading. The machinery used for this purpose is also called degrader. The work we are proceeding is degrading, and the machinery are used for this purpose, fulfill this requirement, fulfill this helpful for this work is degrader. So various types of degraders are given in this figure. Number 1 is the bucket type, number 2 is the degrader type, number 3 is the ladder type, and number 4 is the suction cutter head regulator. So one by one here the figures are mentioned. This one is the bucket type, here is the grab line, here is the bucket that is useful. Okay. Now next one is the dipper degrader. Dipper degrader is because it is hoist cable. This is a hoist cable, and due to this hoist cable, a dipper stick is mounted, and this is for the degradation purpose. Now third one is the ladder shape. As we can say that ladder means CD. So it is showing this like a ladder is working for the degradation or for the excavation purpose. Now next one is the suction cutter head degrader. So this is a suction cutter. This is the cutter is provided for the degradation of work, and it is very helpful for degradation of the river. So we have discussed about the river drilling method work. Now we will discuss about the most small topic. What is meandering of river? This is a new topic. What is meandering of river? This is very helpful to know the path or to know the nature of the river. So what is meandering of river? A meandering is when water flows in accuracy bend path just like a snake. मतलब क्या हुआ कि एक river उसका particular serpentine movement में अगर movement हो रहा है, if you can see that this is a serpentine movement, we can also say that this is a serpentine movement or curvilinear movement of a river. As a river makes its way through the area, relatively flat and often develop bends and erode its way through the path at least at particular type of resistance. तो आप देखेंगे यहाँ पे क्या चीज़ एड हो रही है. If a serpentine movement is happen in that particular region, आप क्या नोटिस करेंगे, इसमें पर्टिकुलर रीजन है. यहाँ पे ये रीजन आप नोटिस कर रहे हैं, एक ये रीजन आपने नोटिस किया. तो पर्टिकुलर टाइप से अगर कोई रिवर फ्लो हो रही है, जा रही है, तो कहीं ना कहीं उसके अंदर हमारी इरोजन होगा, कहीं ना कहीं हमारा स्काउटिंग यानी सिल्टिंग और स्काउटिंग both have been taking place. If we can say that in this figure, then this particular region, because the erosion has been happened, and particular type, the flow velocity is in the particular region is very high, and it will try to erode that region. And if the river changes their path from this region to this region, then all the sediments which are flowing with their water velocity, they have to settle down at a particular region, and deposition has been taking place. So we can say that in this particular meandering of river, erosion means silting and scalding, both the function has been taking place simultaneously. So we can say that in this side, the condition of the river has been taking place, and this is total known as meandering wavelength. Means the river changes their path from this point to this point. So this is also known as meander wavelength. And this is the erodible length, this is the erodible length, and this is the deposition length. Here the sediments have been deposited in a particular type of region. Now next one, meandering of river. You can see that in this figure. So the topic name is pitching of a stone. By mistake we have already discussed about the meandering of river. So the topic is the pitching of a stone or bank protection. So what are the things we have to consider? This is known as the bank protection topic. Bank protection. We have by mistake reading the last topic name. The topic name is bank protection of river. So how we can protect the bank of a river? You can see that in that particular type of figure. We can see that particular type of figure. a river is flowing from a particular type of path, particular way, the tendency of this water to erode the bed one day by day or time to time. So for the protection of bed, we have to provide a pitching of stone, a particular type of meshing or covered. As you can see that in this particular type of figure, the stones are pegged in a particular type of meshing form, and they have to place at that particular space we have near the river banks. So the river water is comes in particular direction or particular direction move, then they have the tendency to erode that. But if we provide this meshing or this type of bank protection technique, so it will directly not affect the bank of a river. The water comes in this area and it will come back in the direction. So for the safety of this purpose, we have to provide the bank protection. Bank protection are temporary or permanent in all the time of direction. So in this figure, we can say that here are stone pitching. They are pegged in a particular type of mesh and provided in the whole path of the river for the protection of the river. If we will not provide this, then it will directly affect that particular region and it will try to erode. The tendency of this water is to erode the particular type of bank and it will outflow from their particular path. So for the protection of this river, we have to provide a particular type of packing. It is temporary or it is permanent according to the condition, and it will provide a very suitable path, also flow of the river. So in this work, we have discussed about some major topics of river drilling work, and I hope the lecture was very informative for you for this condition, and thank you for everyone. And these are the basic references. From there we have to collect the material to prepare this type of work, and hopefully we will try to again make this type of informative lecture for you. Thank you. Jai Hind.